All right, I'm here with Thomas Sohmers, co-founder of Positron AI. Nice to meet you.
Great to meet you.
Tell me about what you guys are doing here.
Yeah, Positron's building a startup, just over 50 people, just under 3 years old, that's been building hardware accelerated generative AI inference. So we have been shipping our first generation servers and PCIe cards for about a year now. And today at the event, we're announcing and shipping next servers of our first generation product, replacing the x86 CPUs with ARM's AGI CPU. And we're also announcing our next generation Titan servers are designed from the ground up with the ARM AGI CPU.
So I guess the marker that people are looking for is TCO.
Yep.
What's the TCO or cost per watt versus competition?
Yeah. So in terms of our first generation chips shipping now, and we had an announcement about 2 weeks ago that we're the first non-AMD, non-NVIDIA, non-first party silicon being deployed in a major hyperscaler, that being Oracle. And we're providing about 3.5x better performance per dollar and performance per watt. So you can think of that in terms of million tokens per dollar with our first generation hardware, and we're pushing that up to over 5x NVIDIA's next generation Rubin with our next generation product.
But what's your secret sauce? What makes Positron more special than maybe Rock or Cerebras?
Yeah. So we really designed from the beginning for the real bottlenecks of transform models being the memory bandwidth utilization and the capacity.
Yeah, that's something I write about. You can query the memory back and forth. That's the memory wall.
Exactly.
So how do you solve the memory wall?
Yeah, two main things. So from a core architecture perspective, we've really designed equally for not just the matrix math that everyone's been optimizing for well over a decade, but the actual memory bound matrix vector workloads that exist, which is the core of the attention operation in a transformer. And we've designed the whole pipeline for our inference stack, going down to for that whole stack to get that maximum memory bandwidth. You're lucky to be getting about 30% memory bandwidth utilization in a transformer inference case, while we achieve 93% with our first generation device. And I should also say the big thing about our next generation is we're actually supporting up to 2.3 terabytes of memory capacity per chip, an order of magnitude more than GPU shipping today.
So where is this all fabricated?
So our first generation is actually full, both the chips, cards, systems, 100% fabricated and manufactured and assembled in the United States.
Which foundry?
So Intel 7 is for our first generation, and then we're moving to TSMC M3 for our second generation. We'll be initially taping out in Taiwan. Thankfully, we have a direct path to being able to manufacture in Arizona as that ramps up next year.
It's like full stack America.
Cool. Yeah, I'm very proud to be made in America.
And then where do you see the next 5 years?
We think that models are going to get bigger and bigger, context lengths are going to get longer, and we're really strongly believe in providing that maximum memory capacity and having that as efficient as possible.
Because I agree, you want long context windows. You don't want the AI to forget what you're working on. The memory for like your interrelational things is important. And then you don't want to compact the conversation, lose it, and then threads, you want it all in one place. And obviously speed is important too.
Yeah.
How much money have you guys raised in what rounds and all that? Or?
Yeah, so we had about $50 million Series A summer of 2025, and we just had in February of 2026, 230 million Series B. So thankfully, we're actually selling our hardware, so we're not just reliant on capital markets. We're going to be making more specific announcements about our Oracle deployments in the coming weeks. But yeah, we're shipping and generating real cash flow. So our Series A was led by Valor Equity Partners and Atreides Management. Gavin Baker is on our board. Gavin's a very good friend, and Antonio Gracias of investment in every one of Elon's companies. So they've been fantastic supporters. And then our B round was co-led by Jump Trading. So they're a customer of our existing. They're one of the largest prop trading firms based out of Chicago.
They're going to use the chips for trading?
They started off as a customer of ours. They were so impressed with our performance capabilities. They preempted our Series B round and decided to make a large investment. And then that got participated in by all of our previous investors, but that was also when ARM invested in Positron as well.
Oh, okay. And what's the valuation today?
So that was just over $1 billion valuation with our Series B.
So you guys will be in Reno, Nevada?
Yeah, we're moving to Las Vegas right
Which
now.
part
Yes,
of what is it?
we're in Summerlin.
Okay. What's it like recruiting tech talent in summer?
Our company is remote distributed, so we've got a lot of our employees in Pacific Northwest, Portland, Seattle, Spokane. We've got folks in the Bay Area, Michigan, Boston area, Austin. So
Everyone is remote?
we have main office that has about 15 employees. And I basically go between Nevada, the Bay Area, Spokane, and typically going to a conference every other week. So I'm constantly on the move.
And then anything you want to let the market or people know about your result?
Yeah, contact us. Easy way to reach out to us on our website. We're shipping Atlas now. We are taking orders for next generation Titan systems, and we're providing the best performance per dollar for generative AI inference.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really glad we finally connected.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
thanks.